Hi everyone, my name is Erika, and I'm here to talk about something that is very familiar to me, Russian language and culture. So I was born here about a year before my parents immigrated to the United States from Russia, and so I got a front row seat as to what it's like to be Russian in America. And I want to share some of my observations and some key words and phrases that I think will help you thrive in a multicultural environment, considering that this is the digital era and that work environment is going to be something you find yourself in often. So, without further ado, let's get started. So this is an introduction to Russian language and culture, thriving in a multicultural environment, by me, Erika Etkine. So we're going to start with a little introduction to classic American values, and these are going to be things you already knew or things that feel eerily familiar to you. So we're big on equality. Authority is respected but questioned because everyone is more or less on the same playing field, it's just that certain people have been playing the game for longer. We believe in assertiveness. Directness is a valued quality in the American work environment, but it tends to come off a little rude, especially in other cultures, and especially when questions become interrogations. And there's no I in team, but there is an I in individuality. We are a very individualistic culture. We are known to be one of the most individualistic cultures in the world, and this just means that, yes, we work for the team, but ultimately the only master we really serve is ourselves. And a little quote by Hofstede Insights give us, for lack of a better term, an insight into what equality is like in the American workplace. Within American organizations, hierarchy is established for convenience, superiors are accessible, and managers rely on individual employees and teams for their expertise. Now let's compare this to Russian culture, how Russians do things. They have a hierarchy in place, which means social rank is based upon age, position, and experience, and they take this hierarchy very, very seriously. They believe people are in the positions they're in because they deserve to be in them. So do not question someone's authority, it comes off incredibly disrespectful. They also believe in assertiveness, much the way we do, so it's a leadership quality to them. You have to speak with purpose, you have to have a reason, you have to be direct, not aggressive, direct. But they still have a democracy because they're a collectivist culture, which just means that they work for the team and not for the individual. And yes, of course, everyone works for themselves and everyone wants to progress themselves, but ultimately their focus is to progress the team. And finally, they're a very punctual culture, which means as an outsider you have to prove yourself, prove that you belong. You have to gain their respect and be respectful. And time is money, which is something we're very used to in America, so that should not come as a culture shock whatsoever. And now a little quote from Jake Roseman from Career Professors at Work.team. Russians are direct, honest, and love their country passionately, so refrain from criticism or discussing politics. Age, experience, and position earn you respect, and it's customary to display it openly. Now I can speak firsthand about the politics part. Never ever bring politics into the game. It becomes a very passionate discussion and completely derails the task at hand. So, how to get along? This is a step-by-step process, and these are very basic instructions, but it's just like a little reminder. Be courteous. Understand that there is a hierarchy in place for a reason. It's how they function, it's how they structure and organize their work environment. So cooperate with their authority. Step 2, be respectful. Be assertive but not aggressive. Be direct but do not interrogate them. Question them. You can question authority, you can question whether something is going in the right direction. That's how progress is made. But do not be disrespectful while you're doing it. And be understanding. Teamwork is very valuable to collectivist culture, so teamwork is very valuable in Russia. And competition is a taboo subject. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, that just means don't mention it. Don't say it out loud. If you're going to be competitive, keep it to yourself. Be quiet about it because it's a taboo subject. It's just not something they want to talk about. It's not something they'll be comfortable talking about it because ultimately they want the team to get ahead. Now, the next thing is going to be what everyone's here for, really, which is just some words and phrases in Russian that I think will be very useful. So I'm going to start with greetings. We have hello, which is здравствуйте. written right there. Здравствуйте. It's like a formal hello. Здравствуйте. Don't worry if you can't say it. The next one is a little informal, but way easier to say. Hi is привет. Привет. Now, good day, which is a greeting, not a farewell like it is in English. Добрый день. Добрый день. That's good day. And good evening. Добрый вечер. Добрый вечер. Now, as for the niceties, thank you is simple, it's common, it's a little informal, but it's what people use. Спасибо. 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 And you're welcome. Пожалуйста. Пожалуйста. Now, apologies is similar, but it's извините, пожалуйста. Извините, пожалуйста, which directly translates to forgive me, please. And cheers, which you can say if someone sneezes or if you're cheersing. And it's not necessarily slang, but it is the more formal way to say it. На здоровье. На здоровье. And farewells. Until next time. До свидания. До свидания. До свидания. And a little informal but cute and simple bye. Пока. Пока. Now I'm going to include a screenshot of this page in my WordPress blog, just so that if you ever want to look back at it as a resource, you are more than welcome to without having to go through my entire webpage. Thank you so much. Alright, so thank you so much for listening. Now, if you learned something and you found this interesting, feel free to reach out to me. I've included the links to my WordPress blog right there, which houses my digital resume, as well as my LinkedIn and my email. If you would ever look to reach out to me or connect with me, that would be amazing. I would love to hear from you. Well, thank you so much. Hope you learned something. Пока!